This is the reason why I don't talk about my profession as much as other realtors do because I'm not your ordinary realtor. I work with homeless veterans, veterans at risk of being homeless, and veterans who need our help in the community. So today, I'm at a veterans unit apartment, and we're actually going to get him out of here. This is a senior veteran who clearly needs help. So, uh-oh. You good. You're going to look real good meeting the new landlord. We're going to get you straight. New caregiver, new furniture. We didn't do it before Christmas, but it's right at the new year, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. So I know that is a little a little off kilter of the videos that you guys normally see. But I was at the veterans home yesterday, and this is a veteran who I was getting housed, he said 12 years ago. And and he kept my number. And also my number is floating around the VA, the vet centers. Thank you. The VA, the vet centers, city colleges. I mean, my name is everywhere because I've been housing homeless veterans for over 22 years as a realtor and as an advocate in the community and as a consultant and a contractor with the VA and the vet center. So, oh, he kept calling me and I said, well, let me email your social worker. I know the social worker. He's been there for a very long time. And let me let him know that you need some help. You need a caregiver. You need someone to help you get your get your participating. You need somebody to help you file. And your social worker is your social worker. Your social is supposed to be setting all this up. So he tells me, oh, he not doing nothing for me. And I'm like, nothing at all. I just can't believe this. So I emailed him and he didn't respond. So I sent other people to this veteran for assistance. And they were saying, oh, he's not answering his phone. And I think he's not being truthful and different things like that. But and he kept calling me, Yvette, I got to get out of here. I don't have anybody, and my money is messed up with coming to wherever it was going, and it was just I'm like, oh, it was a lot. So I said somebody has to be in the position and in the community because I'm like 45 minutes to an hour away from him in the community to help you. Anybody? So I called another person in the community. He works with men. And I'm like, we got a veteran, a male veteran in the community who is asking for help. And I'm reaching out to our community providers to send his way to help him. I don't know exactly what's going on because he's just calling me, telling me stuff. So I created a GoFundMe for him because he need a bed. He said it's a broken down bed in here, and I mean it was just horrific how he was telling me these things. But I'm like, is it that bad for real? I hadn't seen it yet. So I said, well, you really want to move? Then you have to make the first move. You have to let the people know because they did something else to him that really terminated his lease by them creating that adverse action towards him, turning off his water. Not his water, his electricity. So he got a new voucher. And he contacted me, and and he said, Yvette, I have my voucher and I want to move from here. I said, okay. I've got a really, I said, a really wonderful, I mean, amazing um, uh, plans, housing plans. I mean, I got letters in my books that will tell you. You can read the letters. Let me open up one of my books. I'm just tickled pink. Oh, I'm just tickled pink behind it all because now everything is coming out into open. So letters from social workers at the VA and investors. So you got to get the book. So anyway, I contact the day before. One of my investors said, "Hey, Vet, did you find anybody for my 2 bedroom unit?" I said, "Well, I was really hoping that this veteran and her caregiver were would be able to get their voucher back and relocate here, and we'll earmark that unit for them." And he said, "Oh, how certain is that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't work for the departments. I can't tell you what these departments are going to do." I was just hoping that that could be done in a timely manner because she's homeless too with her caregiver in Charlottesville, Virginia. She had a voucher, and that voucher was terminated because nobody in Charlottesville, Virginia could get her housed from March to November. "Oh, it took you too long, so we're going to terminate your voucher." This is how our veterans are being treated. So this veteran back in Chicago got a 1 bedroom voucher, and I said, okay, since you really have to move, and this property would be wonderful for you as well, because a caretaker who I know, because I moved her there, she's my great niece. She's been in the property for 10 years now. Downstairs in the front is a Marine who I moved there 11, well, one of them was there 1 year before each other. So 10 and 11 years. Another woman who works at another department who also works with veterans housing, she's on the first floor. So he would be surrounded by a community of help. His caregiver right across the hall, a single woman, she loves to cook. I know her personally. And the veteran, thank you so much for that. And the veteran who lives in the front. Well, everybody came upstairs to the apartment to meet him, except for the woman on the first floor. She was at work. And the guy on the first floor is a Marine, and this gentleman is also a Marine. So they're in there just talking Marine talk. So this housing plan, and we stood up there, and I asked everybody because everybody is centered around this veteran. So the housing plan goes just like I said. His caregiver is right across the hall. A loving mama type woman is on the first floor. And the Marine, who's strong and younger than he is on the first floor rear. All centered around this one senior veteran who all he needs is peace and quiet and some love around him. He laid down because there's new carpet in the bedrooms. He laid down on the floor and got comfortable. I mean, he had Benadryl earlier that day, but just to be able to lay down and don't hear anything. Because the building where I picked him up from is kind of loud. It was kind of loud. It's it's like a step above. I grew up in the projects. I grew up in public housing. And it's like it's actually police. So why am I telling you all this? Why am I telling you? I've been housing homeless veterans as a realtor. I mean, I'm a real estate broker now. I teach real estate. I'm a real estate instructor. I write classes and I teach at the real estate boards here in Illinois. And I house homeless veterans as a realtor. Homeless people. Yes, homeless people, homeless veterans, homeless. And my realtor, my realtor colleagues, you know, I, I, I was really, what do you call that? A lot. My client, listen, I heard in class 14 and said so class was legal issues. That was the name of my class. Legal issues, something I forgot, something legal issues around housing choice vouchers. It's in one of my books. Yeah, hold on. I don't blame you. I know. Do I have to be a realtor to house vet? No, you do not. No, you do not. No, you have housing, and I have a master class that I conduct this Thursday. No, you don't have to have a real estate license. You have to have real estate. And it's a lot of different ways of housing veterans. And I have a book. I've got several books, several publications. These are my publications to teach y'all. So you can start here at this level. This is these my babies. This is living models, and it teaches you how to set up your program that is within your real estate. It's two different things, y'all. It's two different things, and that's where some people get it twisted. They think they just need the real estate to bring the people in, to bring the veterans in. Veterans housing, you have the veterans, right? You have the veterans who need the housing, and those veterans are attached to funding. Say what? What, they come with money? Yes, and it's not their money in their pocket either. It's not a check that they have to write to you for rent. No. And get paid all of these years as a to teach realtors how to do the same thing too. This book and this class were approved by the IDFPR, and the class was approved by the IDFPR. But the board, people aren't ready to learn how to together. I used to go out feeding them. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Can we? Yeah, I can rent them. And you took my master on Thursday. The link is in the bio. Yes, you can. So the pathway that I've been taking homeless veterans, and I was also a homeless veteran. I took myself through this pathway, and now I teach us how to do it publicly. Whereas I was in the VA, I was not as an employee either. I had an MOU, which is in a memorandum, which is a contract. It's an unpaid contract. However, my responsibility for professionals, first responders, I had to educate all of them because they're like any other civilian. They don't know how to house a homeless veteran. How do you do that? How do you pull something like that off, Yvette? Over 5,000 of them. And I would house the worst to house, veterans who have backgrounds. Didn't nobody want them? Veterans who are living in U-Haul facilities with bad credit. Didn't nobody want him? Walking around saying, I need someplace to live. What? Crazy lady, get out of here. Didn't nobody want her? I housed her 2 times. These are all homeless veterans that come with resources. Baby, when I tell you I have made my millions housing homeless veterans. And now I'm only out here because I'm no VA or the vet center. Okay. They didn't renew my contract, City Colleges, because the director of the vet center is still on FML. Oh, I'm like, you know what? I have time for y'all. I'm class, right? I am 15 certifications. Federal, state, and local. But I'm like, she beat me up. She beat me up. So when she said that one thing, she said, you have to be bold. I'm like, you know what? She's retired. When the colonel, so I turned up bold the very next morning. And I never stopped. And this was in August. So what you guys seeing is me being bold. All my secrets, and they're all looks. If you ask me a question, I'm telling you what, I'm unlimited. How many doors can you have? Unlimited letter to you. Hold on a second. It's in this. I don't care how much money you want to make. That's on you. So Michael Realty 15, he said, our firm has managed over 4,000 rental units across Chicago and the nearby suburbs. As as an example, one of our clientele, Michael, represents U.S. Rentals, a major holder that you can rent all 4,000 in this program if you know what the programs are, and that's what I teach you in my master class. So register for my master class. Do you do shared? Okay, hold on. You got some great questions, Tony. Shared housing in this book right here. I teach you in this book right here. And then after this master class is over for HUD Vash Rentals, that's when I will be doing another master class. So I'm focused on the master class now, but you need to learn that one as well. Because where are the veterans going to go after they done shacked up in your shared living? Why do they want to stay under a shared living situation when veterans can get 100% service-connected disability compensation? We all should be getting that. Or when they can go back to school, use their benefits and get a degree, all should be that. All of these benefits we have to help us move up in life. Why do you want to keep somebody stuck up in a bed? Don't do that. And that's what my program, being homeless through their transitional period to a rental unit, because once they come out of transition, there's other programs that they could apply for and ultimately receive. So now as an investor, because housing the homeless veterans is not just about putting them in a place, it's about real estate and how far can you take your real estate portfolio. That's what I teach you how to do. So it's not just sticking somebody in a room. That's one-sided. When you can have the next step already set up for them to go to, and you're getting paid again through another program. And then you can have them go to the next step, and you're getting paid again through another program. That's what I teach you. What about the demographics to how the demographic, what? What about the demographic? It doesn't matter about that. What? I don't even understand that question. You can be anybody. My master class is Thursday. Go to my link in the bio and register. So it doesn't matter. I've housed veterans, men, women, Black. I housed a veteran who was Native American. The real, I mean, he went back. He told me, he said, Yvette, I don't like it here. It feels cold and I'm alone. And he had a HUD Vash voucher. And I got him housed. I took him to the apartment and I felt the words blow by blow when he was saying those. I felt the words and I understood exactly what he meant because it was cold, not just literally, but there was no love in that apartment for him. He would have been all alone. In the neighborhood was nice. Don't get me wrong, the neighborhood was really nice. It was in Canaryville. It's considered one of the safer neighborhoods in Chicago. And next thing I knew, he sent me a message and told me he went back to the reservation. He was a military guy, but he said he can't. He said, and I told him I understand. I said, because he could have gotten that voucher ported, so he didn't have to lose it. So I don't know if he lost it or not, but he left that unit and went back to the reservation. So demographics, it doesn't matter. You're a veteran. We're veterans. We're from everywhere. And we are of all demographics. So it doesn't matter. Thanks for that amazing question. I hope I answered it. Well, some neighborhoods don't want them. Well, who don't want who? You tell me the neighborhood. Mm. Oh, y'all just wait till my government side comes out. I wrote a housing bill that is an extension to protect veterans housing because y'all don't know how to treat veterans. Y'all think veterans are for play. But guess what? No, we're not. We have more benefits than you. That's what I'm about to say. We have more benefits than you. We could buy the block. You let me get 15. Let me see. How many houses are on one block? Buy a whole city block and we can each build a house because that's part of our benefits. We could build brand new. We can tear down and build up. We can build on top of a slab and it's a new house and it's just called a rehab. We could buy 4 units, 3, 2, and 1. And y'all want to talk about we don't want to house you. Baby, bye. I've moved veterans from homeless through their transition to rentals to home ownership, and they became investors. And y'all talking about we don't want to house you. Oh, we don't know how to house you. That's the real deal. You don't know how. You don't know how. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. And I just became tickled pink when I got these 2 awards. And I keep them up here. And I got so many awards, but I keep these 2 together on purpose because I like talking about it. And if you understand anything that I've been saying about housing homeless veterans, you will get this. Just remember housing. Remember housing and remember homeless veterans. One moment, please. Okay, which one do I do first? Housing. Let me see. Do I do housing? Okay, maybe I don't even know. But anyway, so I got this award, right? This award came from the president from Main Street Organization of Realtors. Remember, I said housing, right? Y'all see that? This is real estate. This is real estate. I'm a real estate broker. I sell and rent real estate. Real estate. I service the community. Real estate. The community that I service are veterans, primarily from homelessness. So this is from the real estate side of my operation. Okay. This one right here is from the government side of my operation. This is from the government, IDVA, Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs. This is for Illinois Women Veteran Leaders of 2025. So I've got real estate and veterans. Real estate and veterans. So that's telling y'all I know what the hell I'm doing sitting in this chair talking to y'all. If I'm still getting awards in this 2025. Because of the work I do in the community, housing homeless veterans. You want to learn how to house homeless veterans? Go to my bio, go buy my publications, get some knowledge, read the words that are on the pages that are between the spines of these books. Because what I don't do is tell you what's in the books. I'm not answering those questions when you're an intelligent enough adult to ask me, can you do veterans housing? Of course you can when you have knowledge. And once you get the knowledge, that's when you enter my world. You read some books, you take my master classes, you take my intensive classes. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. You're not going to hire me as your consultant to tell you what's in the books and to how to set up your operation when that's in the books. You need to get your highlighter, you need to get your cup of water, your sangria, whatever it is you're going to drink, and read. We all went through school. We all went through grammar school, high school, college, some more college, or wherever you ended up. But still went to school. And every class I've ever had to take had a book. Even the classes from grammar school, every class had a book. Every class I ever taught had some type of take-home material, had a book. 877. So go to my bio and get some books. Also register for my upcoming masterclass, which is Thursday, and continue to follow me because I'm here to guide you to the information. I want to guide y'all. Look at this. I want to guide y'all to some money too. But I can't do that if you don't have the foundation to knowing how to go and get this money. People ask me, well, can't you just tell me? Yeah, it's in the book. Well, can't you just say something about it? Yeah, it's in the book. That's what I got to say. It's in my master classes. It's in my intensives. That's how you learn from me. I taught at the college level with my master's degree. So you think I'm going to tell you what's in a publication when you come to me for teaching you? Nope. I used to put students out of my class. Well, you're not coming in here to play. I'm not here for play. I'm here to teach y'all how to get $818 million. That's what these organizations received. On August 27, 2025, Washington, this is a memo from Washington. The Department of Veteran Affairs today announced more than $818 million in grants to 235 organizations across the country to help veterans who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. As a realtor, this is where I was getting my money from. This is one source, but all of these organizations have not been around all of these 22 plus years. Some come and some go. Some get indicted. Some just can't operate on their promises for the money that they receive. So they got to go. And then other ones pop up. I'm like, oh, okay, you knew. Hey, now come and let me introduce myself to you because I see what you need to do with that money. And I got what you need. I'm your problem solver. And then 1 month later, September 23rd, the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs announced it will distribute an additional $84 million in grants to 176 organizations tackling veteran homelessness across the United States. So between these two memos, within 30 days, they received over $900 million. And this money is for the fiscal year 2026, is floating around our homeless veterans community. But if you don't know where to go get the money, how to use the money, how do you even position your business to receive this money? Because this money can get paid to your organization if your organization is set up to receive it. But you don't know how to do any of that. All you want to say, I want to house homeless veterans. It's a program, baby. It's a program. And that's what I hear. That's what I teach. Now, I'm not done with the money yet. I'm like, oh my God, did you see that? I was talking to my partner. I said, Derek, did you see that memo? This is what's called a NOFO, Notice of Funding Opportunity. And this NOFO, SSVF, y'all know what SSVF is? That's where all this money is going. To all those agencies, those agencies receive their money. This is an additional $855 million via the notice of funding opportunity, that's the NOFO, with over 200 awards. So you already have 900 million. That's out there. Now you have an additional $855 million. That's going to an additional 200 organizations in our community that have put in their programs and got awarded all of this money. Now, can their programs house all of the homeless veterans in our community? Nope, not at all, because they don't have enough housing to house all the homeless veterans in our community. Do they even know all of the homeless veterans in our community? Nope. But how are they going to use the money if they don't know you? Because they need housing, and you say you got housing, but you don't know who they are. So you keep sending emails and letters and calling people at the VA as if, what? I mean, I know that much. They don't have all this money at the VA. All of this money is in our community. And that's what I teach you. Now, how do you get to me? Because I do not do consultations without prior knowledge or prior engagement. So any email that you send me, you will receive an email back stating that. I'm not trying to tell you what's in a book, and I'm not trying to tell you what I teach you on a master class or in my intensive classes. This is real life education. This is government level. Government level. That's how I've been so successful as a realtor. As a realtor, here's that realtor award, working in the government. That's why I got the award for government, because I house homeless veterans. I was even asked to redesign the veterans' homes in the state of Illinois. And we will revisit that. We will revisit that, because I did go visit one, and I had already known. Because places you have, I'm just going to say, I've already set it up. Y'all will see it when it comes out. Oh, and that's why I'm saying, when you are creating your veterans housing, it has to be program based. But that's another education. Because what programs are needed in the community? I'm gonna set this up because I love doing a line dances. So what problem are you solving, and for whom are you solving it for? Where's your money coming from when you do set up your housing for homeless veterans? It's just so much to learn. I love it. I'm so serious. But I said a lot of things, I know, right? I said, thank you. I signed up for your masterclass. Good. I said a lot of things today, but what I do want to say is, I got these 2 awards, right? And I'm so tickled pink, because they demonstrate my abilities in both worlds, in the real estate world and in the government sector. So 2 sectors, put it that way, in real estate and government. So my real estate sector knows Yvette is the bomb diggity calm when it comes to homeless veterans. Everybody will call me Yvette, Yvette, Yvette. I'm like, look, stop referring your veterans to me, because you refer a veteran to me who needs housing, I'm not sharing in any commission with you. And none, because you brought me the veteran, and then you want me to find this veteran housing on top of that. And more than likely, this veteran needs housing because they don't have their benefits set up yet. They don't know what their resources are yet. And I'm going to navigate them through that. And you want to get a commission split? Baby, I'd rather not even talk to that veteran, because I'm not paying you nothing. You tell that veteran to go to the regional office, and you go with him so you can learn something. Tired of them. I'm for real. And that's the real estate side. Even the board, even the National Association of Realtors. I have a homeless veteran in Charlottesville, Virginia, her and her caregiver. She was issued a voucher in March of 2025. Everybody in Charlottesville, I've got 31 realtors on my list who I emailed along with management companies. And if they didn't reply, some of the emails were bad. They came back rejected. And the ones that did reply, they were like, well, credit check, background check, eviction report. We need job pay stubs, and we got to come see where they live. Well, you already denied them at the first step. And now you want to put them through all 5 and give them a denial that they have to pay for each $65? Having a voucher that is government backed by HUD and the VA. HUD pays, the VA sends support services. 2 government entities, and you want to say no. So you are discriminating against our veterans. So you know what? I said, let me go ahead and think this thing through. Yep. So I came up with the real good housing bill. That's if it passes Illinois, I'm sure it's going to all 50 states, including Guam and Hawaii. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of all of y'all. Every single one of y'all. All these years. And I know, you know what? I take the blame. I really do. Because I was comfy cozy. I'm so serious. I worked 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, because I was a single mom raising my 2 children. And my housing homeless veterans was 9 to 5. And one of my colleagues, she did work in the office where I worked Real People Realty. She said, Yvette. I'm like, hey, Halliburton, what's up? I remember you told me you only work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I said, and I did for many, many years. Because think about it. When is the VA open for homeless walk-in? Your social workers are there Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. All of these agencies that have all of this money, when do they work? Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. So I get my kids on the school bus. I may go to the gym. I may walk around the block. I may do something physical because I had to stay in shape some kind of way. And at 9 o'clock, I'm sitting at my desk and I'm working. That's when I was working from home. And I did that for years. I've been self-employed now for 25 years, I believe. And then my phone will start ringing, or Monday I would look up, I would check all of my properties, everything that had a voucher waiting or a contract. So every Monday is all focused on where we are in this timeline for every transaction that I had in my dot loop service and places. 10 o'clock, I'm sending people around. Okay, I got you. You're going to go see this unit and this person will be waiting for you. Social workers taking you. Okay, you know what? I got 2 of them wanting to see something today. So he's working with so-and-so. Go get them. So I'm doing logistics. They go see the unit. They like the unit. The owner says yes. They say yes. Email me your paperwork and we get started. Where's the confusion? Where are the roadblocks? Where are the barriers? There aren't any because I train my people. I train the investors, the social workers, even the realtors. Not the realtors, forget about them. The veterans. When you go see something, you make up your mind and you make up your mind fast. because ain't nobody playing with you. I'm sending you to exactly where you need to be, exactly what you said you wanted. You're going to see 2 units today, and you tell her which one you want. Or if I'm there, you tell me which one you want. Do you do? No, I do not. No, I do housing, but I do work with VSOs when I'm conducting the workshops. A VSO will come out, and there's also a VSO, independent VSO here on TikTok. His name is Louis, and his organization is SOS. So if you want to talk to somebody, and I know him, he has gotten some of my homeless veterans 100% service connected from here on TikTok. I'm like, he sent me a message. He said, Yvette, I got so and so. She's got her 100%. I'm like, who? Which one? Tell me which one. So I sent her a message. I'm like, yes, yes. So these are real live connections. But go get my book so y'all can learn. Because some of these questions y'all need to learn. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Where's the link to sign up? Because I don't see it. It's in my link tree. And then when you go when you go into link tree, go over to links, and it'll say master class, and it's for February the 5th. I'm so excited, y'all. All these years I've been doing my work, making a six-figure income, raising 2 kids. My son was flying airplanes, Cessnas. My daughter was riding horses. They're playing instruments. We're traveling. I'm a single mom. Look, I don't want to be broke and poor. And I got this market. I'm going to work this market. I'm going to train my community of veterans how to use their benefits, how to obtain their benefits, to use their benefits. Telling them, man, it's not too late for you to get your service connection. I don't care if you were in the Korean War. I don't care if you were in Vietnam. You're still living. And both of them got their 100% in bought houses. They're in my book. They're in this book. Both of them are in this book. One of them passed away since then, and that's Mr. Adele Smith. The other one is still living in his house that he bought. One was in the Korean War, and one was in Vietnam, in the beginning of Vietnam. He's 89. So I want to thank y'all for being here. It's just not just an opportunity, but a pleasure to be able to share my life's work with you all, and my life's work accomplishments too, because I was, one of the behind the scenes super women in the veterans community. And my veterans community here in Chicago, they know, they know who I am and what I do, and they're like, look, if anybody can go somewhere, you can. So now VetMentors, my company, has been touched down in 31 states. I think 32, because the young lady today, I got to look and see where she came from. I forgot. Where did she send me that picture from? And you're welcome. Let me see. She just sent me, her picture. I forgot where she lived. It starts with an M. I gotta see Missouri. Because if it's Missouri, then Missouri is going to be new on the board. That's new advocate. I am just so. It feels like I'm having a baby, and the baby is just turning around and ready to come out. But like anything, it's so much information. Over 22 plus years, it has to come out in bits and pieces. I can't mix it all up, because it goes in its order. And that's how my brain works too. So once you get this, then things will start, it'll start clicking. Because as a realtor, right? As a realtor, the community knows about, hold on, I don't know about that. And the community knows about, I don't even know what I was getting ready to say. Jewel says she grew up in Chicago. Jewel, you putting a whole lot of stuff in this comment. I don't have time to read all of that. Is transitional housing part of, yeah, of course. Sometimes people just be asking the craziest thing. Why wouldn't housing be part of the solution? Where are they going to go? Because some of them just can't go into housing first. Let me tell y'all about housing first. They pissed me off, and I was in the planning meetings of housing first. They had some meetings in Joliet, Illinois, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, that ain't gonna work, because veterans come from all different stages of homelessness. You have the unsheltered, the ones not even just unsheltered. You have the outside, really outside homeless veterans. And hello. And then you have the veterans who are sheltered but illegally sheltered, like living in U-Haul facilities. Thank you. Living in abandoned houses, living with family members who just don't like them and they beat them up and take their money. Oh, put them in the closet. That's your bedroom. Oh my God. Then you have veterans who are couch surfing, living in their car like I was, and couch surfing. So veterans come from all over the place, all over the place. I'm not even talking about veterans who are being released from incarceration. You know, so all of these veterans, with the exception of some, I'm not going to say all of them, needed to be in transitional housing before they went into rental housing. But housing first model, the housing first model literally got them off the street and put them into a vacant apartment. It was so disappointing. It was so, I mean, it was disappointing as it was housing homeless veterans who only had plastic bags coming from a shelter to apartments with no furniture, no furnishings. And the social worker's like, okay, well, we got them housed. That's a check. We got them housed. That's a check. But there was no no love, nothing. So I was appointed to vice chairman of the Veterans Commission in the village of Park Forest, and we had a huge community garage sale, yard sale, garage sale. So people, we said, listen, tell them if they don't sell the stuff to bring it here, because we could use this stuff for our homeless veterans, because the social worker can get a van and come with the veteran and pick up the stuff and then take it back to their apartments. Oh, I could strangle somebody when I tell this story. So the social worker brought one veteran, and he got one TV in this big old van, because he said he didn't have anybody to help him take any of the stuff to his apartment when he got there. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, speed it forward. We opened up a free veterans closet where veterans can now come and get whatever it is you want for free, however you're going to get it, but we don't deliver. And then we started delivering in this raggedy van, like up to 5 miles or something like that. But there are places, I'm hoping, that are still around. I know the Veterans Village of Park Forest is still there. But that's how sad it was. It was, and it's still that way. Veterans move in with nothing, and they have to build themselves up. But that's where these organizations come in, and that's where the social workers should be aligning these veterans with these organizations for the community assistance when they go out there. I brought LIHEAP to VA. I got a letter in the book that says it from one of the social workers, because they need to know how are you getting your lights turned on? How are you getting your light bill paid that's in delinquency because you got evicted from your last apartment? That's the reason you're homeless, but the reason you got evicted is because you lost your job because you had an episode and had to go to the hospital. You stayed at the hospital for 30 days. When you got out of the hospital, now you can't go back to work because they done put a red flag on your name talking about now you a crazy veteran. All this is so true. This happens. And now you got this eviction letter. You got to move and homeless walk-in. Well, they're doing their slow motion thing. And now you're homeless from January in your car. This is 2 stories together. January in your car to March. This is what happens in real life. Housing homeless veterans. Why you have to let them get so far? Why you got to work so slow? I know y'all work 8 to 4, 9 to 5. It was real good back then. But now that I'm nationwide and I see the gaps between the systems, I'm like, oh, baby, let's fill those gaps. I know how to fill those gaps. So come on, operators. Come on, y'all talking about, I want to house homeless veterans. Come and get this education. I think I have time to read one of the letters. Here's a letter. Let me see, 2009, maybe. That's too long. No, hold on. Let me go back. Oh. Housing choice. Y'all know what housing choice voucher is? That's CHA. That not just CHA. That's Section 8. Well, I got a letter from, I could read this letter. This letter is from the Housing Choice Partners. They're partners with Section 8 of Chicago. And this letter was written to me back in 2014. To whom it may concern, I, Melanie Tony, and she's still there, program manager of Chicago Housing Authority Mobility Program, am writing this letter to serve as a reference for Miss Yvette Jones of Real People Realty. Our agency, Housing Choice Partners, has had the opportunity to work with Miss Jones in assisting in the placement of hundreds of families who are all participants of the CHA Housing Choice Voucher Program. That's Section 8, that's HUD-VASH, also known as Section 8. She continues to help us educate owners and other realtors on how successful this program is and what an asset it is for them, especially owners that have never dealt with it before. She has been a huge help, especially now that CHA has implemented a new initiative called the Mobility Exception Rent Program, which allows families to relocate into higher price point areas, still only pay 30% of their income required by the Housing Authority. The remained to be paid by CHA. I have found it essential and a privilege to have someone like Ms. Jones working with us. She has helped make the transition smooth and easy for my company, my team, and the families that we service. She is always available and ready to assist when we outreach her for more units. Ms. Jones has even assisted us in jumping over some hurdles with management companies that have discriminated against our families. She has educated us and property owners, management companies, and other realtors on how the low income families who use this program should be treated and serviced. I believe that Ms. Jones would be the best person to educate other realtors about housing choice voucher. In my experience, there is no other realtor with more capability, knowledge, or a better reputation than she. The Illinois Association of Realtors will be well served by having her as an educator and representative. Sincerely, Melanie Tony, HCP CHA Program Manager. That letter is in this book. So I come on and just really introduce y'all to me because I'm new here talking about my profession. I ain't talked to y'all about my profession. I was hula hooping and getting myself well after having a heart attack, COVID-19 pneumonia, and a stroke in 36 months. And God said, no, baby, it's not time for you to go. I was in the hospital coming back to life because I was gone from this side. I was so relaxed and so at peace. I just didn't know none of y'all. And he sent me back to a former homeless female veteran who I housed 10 years prior, with her standing over me, praying over me. Her initials are PhD now. So God reminded me why he has me here, to be my sister's keeper, to be my brother's keeper, and to help y'all do the same. So I hope you do join my masterclass this Thursday and stick around to learn more, because I'm here to give it away now. I mean, y'all got to buy my stuff, but I'm still here to give it away. My coach said, you've been giving away all your free information. No more. Y'all got to buy a book and learn. My books are out. I hadn't even been talking about my books. I went from selling 2 books in 1 month to selling 100 books from August, September, October, November, December, 6 months. I sell 100 books in 6 months of going live with my publications. And one of my publications, actually 2 of my publications, Innovative Housing Solutions, a Guide to Shared Living Models, was released, top new release in Amazon in the United States Military Veterans History category. Yes. And my 3rd edition, I got to have my assistant put it on here. My 3rd edition, Veterans Buying Real Estate Guide for Today's Market, also was released as number 1. So get some education, get some knowledge, get some learning under your belt, and stick around. Okay, let me see what Jewel is saying. Jewel is over here chatting it up. Oh my God. But do you assist with helping house who? Helping house who? Yes, I sell information. I sell books. Don't everybody sell stuff? You have to learn some kind of way. People can't give stuff. Well, I can't regurgitate everything that's in these books. So yeah, I sell information. Oh my God, finally count your life. Thank you, sweetheart. Give me a complete sentence so I can read it. What's the biggest housing issues veterans face right now? Homelessness and not enough people to know the information to help them. Get some knowledge. Great show, really important topic. Thank you. 100% service, 100% disabled service veteran, also on SSD. I've housed a lot of 100% service connected veterans on SSD in housing. Are the partnerships with local there's partnerships. That's what all these billions of dollars are for. This is your partnership. Is transitional housing? I answered that one already. Outstanding show. Thank you. Much respect for the team. Take it. Okay, hold on. I was told in Oklahoma that my housing assistance, that my SSDI, my 100% permanent and total would be counted as income. No, it's not. It's not counted as income as long as you have a voucher. Do you have a voucher? It is not to be included as income. Exactly. As HUD VASH. Exactly. The VA in Oklahoma told me they would include my 100%. Do you have a voucher? What's the biggest win you've seen so far when a homeless veteran gets housed? All of them. I'm a homeless disabled veteran, 100% PNT, SSDI, was told by VA they counted, it's a federal program. They should not be counting that. Respect and staying consistent with the cause. Absolutely. I grew up in Chicago. Why don't you move back to Chicago? Get a voucher here. Tell your social worker you want to relocate and you want to port if you have a voucher now. If not, tell them you're homeless if you are and you need to relocate to Chicago. Not opposed to moving back. 100% PNT. All right, let me know if you want to move back. I got you. You don't have to move back in a motel. I'll move you into your own apartment. Park Forest. Let's go. I just rented a unit in University Park. A 3-bedroom. You don't have to drive. There's Pace Bus. All you got to do is pick up the phone. We just got to get you here to Chicago. Okay, let me get over. So I'm getting ready to disconnect from YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I want to thank y'all for being here and thank you for the interaction. Thanks for coming on, learning some stuff. Don't forget to go to my, let me see. Let me put this here so y'all can go buy some books. And I'm going to come back over here. You got to go to my link. Hey, Mimi, go to my link in my bio and go to Linktree and go to links, not products, but links. Not go to links, not the shop. And when you go to links, it'll have masterclass registration. You click the button and it'll take you through the registration process. Man, this is so wonderful. Y'all gonna make so much money because this is nobody is housing homeless veterans. Everybody want to talk about why you can't house a homeless veteran. Yvette, you can't do that. What the hell? You tell the board that then. Tell the board I can't house homeless veterans. Okay, tell them. Tell the state of Illinois I can't house homeless veterans. The fuck. People be getting on. It's just the truth. The truth. The truth. Oh, I've been having. Okay, let me see. What was I going over here to get? The books. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Well, anyway, let me get off of this channel. I will come back and here's a link to the masterclass right here for you guys over on YouTube. 123 of y'all. Hey, push them up. Join my masterclass. Oh my God, y'all putting me to work because this is the first time I ever offered a masterclass too. And it's like, I know what my coach is doing. I am doing everything my coach is saying. I had another coach when I was selling insurance. This woman pushed me. I was the future 2017 within 6 months. The future. If y'all know anything about Primerica, go look that up. The future. I was getting so many awards and checks all the time because I was insuring the homeless veterans and the veterans with families and other veterans who needed insurance. I said, y'all need to come to this meeting right now because y'all dropping like flies and going on social media asking for GoFundMe money. Stop it. Come and get this insurance. So I became number one in transactions, number one in base, and number one. And I'm like number one. And money just kept coming. Y'all gave me a heart attack. Y'all gave me a heart attack because y'all stopped paying your premiums and y'all family members, you were dying. Your family member died and they didn't leave life insurance. And now you're calling me talking about you need housing. That happened to me four times in my lifetime of housing homeless veterans. Four. And they all, well, one of them didn't never got the insurance. The other one come talking about, oh, I got to do something first, vet. Then a Saturday morning when I was in Canaryville looking at the property, another property, eating, they had some really good scones and they were soft and they were real good. So I was eating a little breakfast and I get the phone call. Am I still coming over? I said, you told me not to come over. Well, can you come over now because I need that life insurance? Okay. Then drop the bombshell on me to tell me that who she was getting the life insurance on died the night before. I can't make it up. Another husband, wife, and 3 kids. And I sat down with all of my veteran families, well, over the phone, email, in workshops, and yep, and I told them all, you're about to buy this house, and all the workshops. I got insurance in the book. You're about to buy this house. You have this family. You have to secure not just your assets, but secure your family. If in case you die, she dies, somebody dies, you have to have, a way to resume life and to pay. You want this big elaborate funeral and you want your mortgage to continue to get paid. You got your trust set up, have the attorneys to come and set up a trust and do all of this. You don't get the life insurance. I get a phone call from the wife. I'm like, hey, how are you? She said, not doing too good. We have to move. I'm like, what do you mean you have to move? Y'all just got the house like 2 years ago. She said, I know, but he died and he never got the insurance either. So I'm like, okay. And she lost the house because she couldn't keep it. I'm like, okay, let me see where y'all going. So I called an agency here for homeless women and children. And luckily, the Imani House, IMANI, the Imani House, and luckily they had 1 room left. So after a while of that kept happening, I'm like, you know what, y'all not gonna worry me. Y'all not gonna worry me anymore. Y'all not gonna worry me. I had a heart attack. Besides that, I was overweight, I was eating right, and I was running around. But still, that was a tribute too, because they were worrying me. My friends are dying. Loved ones. These are family members that I know. I housed them. I was with them. So anyway, Jay Wells, I'm talking on 2 platforms. I'm going to play this. Dang, I wanted to play that video again. Let me play this video again. The outro. I haven't eaten anything today, and that's what happens to me a lot. I don't eat. I'll eat nuts and drink a lot of water, and I'm not hungry. 2022, after having a heart attack, COVID-19, pneumonia, and a stroke, and I couldn't walk for almost 6 months. And the doctors at the VA wanted to do a right knee replacement, a left hip replacement, and a hysterectomy, and have me on. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not doing nothing that you're telling me to do, because it does not sound like healing. What happened to him yesterday? And then I'm going to sign out. This is the reason why I don't talk about my profession as much as other realtors do, because I'm not sure ordinary realtor. I work with homeless veterans, veterans at risk of being homeless, and veterans who need our help in the community. So today, I'm at a veterans unit apartment, and we're actually gonna get him out of here. This is a senior veteran who clearly needs help. So, uh-oh. You good. You gonna look real good meeting the new landlord. We're gonna get you straight. New caregiver, new furniture. We didn't do it before Christmas, but it's right at the new year, right? Yep. Yep. So the landlord was there, his new caregiver was there, and also there is a Marine lives on the first floor. And I house the Marine. I house the caregiver, who is actually my great niece, and she is a licensed caregiver. And I'm like, ooh, I got something. I got something. So I asked all of them because we were sitting in the apartment together. And I asked all of them. I asked the veteran, do you like this place? Do you want to be here? He said, yeah. I'm like, y'all go watch the videos. I posted the videos. And asked the owner, I said, are you okay with this veteran? He said, yep, paperwork's already filled out. And then asked my niece, you okay with, taking care of him? Yeah, as long as we get, we can. And she gets the go ahead through his benefits from the VA. So we're all good. It's a family affair. That's one of the housing plans that I created, because I could have taken him other places, but why? And this is a family. They've been there 10 and 11 years amongst the three residents who are already there. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Make sure you register for my masterclass on Thursday, and watch. I'll be back tomorrow at 5:15 for more boots on the ground and the community, and what y'all could be doing too. But you have to learn. Stop asking me these questions like I'm going to answer one question and you're going to have all my knowledge. Dag, stop doing that. People used to do me like that, and this sounds stupid. Just stop it. Buy some books. Learn. Come on, baby, learn. Oh, there's something else I want to learn. I got to watch somebody else.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.